Alrighty, welcome everybody to HackTheLib's first ever competitive programming tournament. We held our first ever tournament, you could call it yesterday, with our debugging tournament. That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people coming out, and congratulations to Ravi Tarun, if you are here today, here he is, for winning yesterday. And today we're going to be having a sort of a different themed tournament, happening in a more competitive programming style, where there will be some problems which you guys will have to solve. And sort of like yesterday, whoever can solve the problems most accurately and the fastest time, they will be the winner. So let's start talking about the details so we can get started as soon as possible.
All right, so just as Rayan said, you will be given 3 problems to solve, and they will be competitive programming problems. Now, for those of you who don't know already, competitive programming problems are basically small kind of word problems that you solve by writing code, and their format will be, the input will be through an input file, and the output will be through an output file instead of the standard output. And the way we choose the winners is basically you need to solve all 3 problems the fastest and the most efficient manners. The way we will be scoring these is we will be applying 15 or so test cases in your problem to decipher whether your code runs even with tons of data being parameterized through it. So make sure it's very efficient, and yeah.
How many seconds will the test cases be allowed to run for?
Let me check really quick. I will let you know in about like 2 minutes.
In the meantime, guys, you guys will have 40 minutes. We'll have a clock going on in the meantime on the screen if you want to check out how much time you have. One thing, the honesty policy, this is a virtual event. We obviously cannot be taking a look at your screen if you're just copy and pasting code from GitHub or dumping it on from Stack Overflow. We hope that you guys apply the honesty policy. Try your best. Do not copy code. As always, if you have any questions, Lavi and I will be here on the Zoom or in the Discord. You can privately DM us. We got a question asking about where you guys will be submitting the solution. We'll be talking about that as well. So as Lavi's getting out that question and answer, just some other house rules. No copying code, like we said. You guys will have 2 tries on each problem. So there's going to be 3 total problems. The first problem is going to be an easy difficulty. Second problem is going to be medium. And the third problem is meant to be a bit of a harder problem. For each problem, you will have 2 attempts, and you will be emailing your Python or whatever language you choose file to Labdi on her email, which she'll drop in the chat soon. And once you email that, we're going to send you the output of your code, whether that be some red lines, some errors popping up, or if your code does run successfully, we'll be letting you guys know via email right away if your code did run and compile successfully. If not, you will have one more chance. But if you do not successfully compile the correct solution in those 2 tries, you will not have more attempts for that solution. The goal, obviously, is to do it in the first try and move on and get through all 3 problems the fastest to have the best chance of winning a prize and winning the tournament as well. Once again, it is 40 minutes, not 45 minutes, and you essentially have any language of your choice. You have C, C++, you have Pascal, Python, any version, Python 2 or 3 you prefer, or Java as well. Labdi's email is in the chat. Just like yesterday, if you remember, you'll be emailing your file to that email tomorrow. We will not need your guys' email. You just got to send an email to Labdi, and she'll explain the type of formatting we'll need.
Yes, and I don't remember who asked for the time limit for the program. It should be less than 2 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so for the rules, these are the basic instructions. We recommend that you guys listen to this very clearly. Basically, the problem statement will have a program name, and that program name will be the name you will call your file. So if you're doing a Python program, you're going to you say name num for a program name that has name num. So name num.py for a Python file, and so on for Java and any other coding language you are using. You can use C++, Python, Java, and a few more coding languages. I will put those in the chat really quick. I believe those are in the instructions back in the HackTheLib website. So you can also refer to that document as well. So once you do get the problem statement, you will read that, create a file in which you will code, either that's a Python file, And then for the input, you will also create another text file called namenum.in. If the program name is namenum, the program name will differ for each of the 3 problem statements. And there will also be an output file called namenum.out. And you will have to create those for testing purposes, but you only send one file to me, and that is your code file, which is namenum.py or any program name.py. And basically, once you have coded your solution, you send it to me with your first and last name in the subject of the email so that I know who sent it to me. And we will let you know what the output for that is through email, so you know whether you got it correct or not. And the winners will be announced after the meeting and once we kind of analyze all of the submissions. Yeah.
Yep, and we got a question. Jaswinder's asking you to send each solution question separately. Jaswinder, whatever you believe is the fastest. You can either send it one by one, or if you feel like you can get through all 3 and send it that way, we'll be keeping track of the timestamp. So it's totally up to you. You can either send them all 3 together or one by one.
We got a question from Tarun. Wait, so every input file is called namenum? No, that is just an example that I gave you. Each problem statement will have a program name, and I just gave an example of namenum. I believe that's the first problem that we have in our competition. So what should the output file name be? So if your program name is namenum, your output file will be namenum.out. I believe that, okay, perfect. I believe if anyone else has any questions, you may just drop those in the chat. If not, we can move forward. Yep.
And guys, the prizes are pretty similar, from yesterday. You can take a look at our website once the competition is over. If you are winning, you can Raspberry Pis, we have Amazon Echoes, we have smart home devices, we have speakers, gaming mouses, and if you're outside of the United States, you can also qualify for a gift card as well. All right, so other than that, if you guys do not have any questions, we can get started. I believe there is one more question. Labdi, what versions is accepted? Do you know?
Let me check the document really quick.
Probably 17, I'd assume. Just went to the website link I'll drop in the chat. This is our hackathon website.
Okay, I'm just gonna copy all of the. Here we go. So this is what is accepted. No problem. All right.
All right, guys. So in the next couple minutes, Lab, you will be dropping a link to all 3 of the problems. Your choice of how you want to attack the problems. We'd recommend starting easy, going then going hard, or wherever you feel like is best. The email is in the chat. If anybody does have any questions right now, will be the time to ask. Other than that, we will be available in the background if you want to message us or speak up on the take your mic off mute. But the problems are coming in now.
That is problem 1 that I just put in there. Problem 2 is coming in a second.
I will give everybody 2 minutes to make sure they can open everything, and then we'll get started with the timer.
Yep. Problem 2 just came in, and there is problem 3 in a second. All right, all of the problems are in the chat, the link to them, and let us know if you guys have any questions. Good luck.
Okay, 1 more minute at 4:16, the timer will begin. All right, guys, best of luck. The timer begins now. The time has officially wrapped up. We will be accepting more emails in the next minute or two. But please make sure your final pieces of code, get those submitted and emailed to Labadee as soon as possible. Other than that, we will be grading these going over in the next hour or so. So be in the Discord and look out for the winner. But thank you so much for coming out. This was a new experience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. And tomorrow, 7 p.m. is its deadline for projects. So happy hacking. See you guys.
Hello, guys.
Thanks, everybody.